Hi everyone, vlogging from campus today because I'm going to go right from school to my artist assistant position. I'm here in front of a big beautiful building. I don't even know what this building is called, but it looks properly collegiate, so I figured this would be a good place to vlog from, or vlog as it is. So jobs, yeah, I have a sort of personal assistant job that I do, and then the artist assistant job that I do. And it falls in within a wide range of different jobs over the past. And, I got to tell you, up until I was about 30 or so, I couldn't keep a job to save my life. Like, I'd go home for lunch and just couldn't go back. But I had a lot of crappy jobs. But I had a lot of interesting jobs, too. One of them that was kind of crappy and interesting at the same time was screen printing, being a pressman. So that was interesting because the place where I worked, Serigraphia in Florida, had the account for the Salvador Dali t-shirts to be made. There's about 8 or 10 of them, and also had the contract from Frank Zappa and Jimi Hendrix's estate. So that was kind of a prestigious thing, doing that. And then when I moved here, I had a little gig in Novato where I ran the whole press, and it was pretty cool, but it was a little stressful. It's one of those things where they don't want to hire a bunch of people because, you have to pay the workman's comp or workers' insurance, all that business. So they don't want to hire too many people. They just want to work those few people into the ground, or they don't want to, but they end up. Other strange jobs I've had are, for a while I was a birthday clown, because in the town in Minnesota where I lived, there were like 50 people and 48 jobs. So I found one job, and it was laying insulation, and that was 12 hours a day, and that was just not for me. I'd go home itchy and with fiberglass insulation all up on my nose. So that lasted about 2 days, and then I got a job at Hardee's, which is a burger joint. Flipping burgers, making fries, your typical fast food experience. And I hated that. That was really just awful. But then I noticed that every now and then, one of the people would come out and they would have like a cake and a clown outfit and all this stuff. And be like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, I have to do the birthday. And what would happen is people would sign up to have their birthday at the burger joint, and they'd get a 1.5 to 2 hour like little production with a cake and games and everything, and one of the workers would dress up as a clown. Turns out everybody hated doing it. They absolutely hated it. So I said, if anybody ever, it's your turn to do it and you don't want to, I'll do it. So after a while, that was pretty much my whole job. After about 3 or 4 weeks, I never flipped another burger. It was all birthday parties. And this is a really funny thing. And I would have games. I would act like different, hello, this is Darn Pardo, tell them what they won. So I'd kind of make a big deal out of the games, and they liked it. And we'd have crafts too, depending on what the kid liked. I'd call the mom or dad and say, hey, what kind of thing. So, I did a pretty darn good job making it a special, fun experience. And the groups got bigger and bigger. As one kid would have their birthday, then they'd have to invite the other kids. And at one point, after about 3 or 4 weeks, I noticed a kid that I had just seen a few months before having a birthday party. I'm like, it's not your birthday. And he goes, I know, but my mom said I could have a party. So that was probably the biggest compliment I ever got, was that the kid couldn't wait a whole year for another one. And that was really fun as far as jobs. Otherwise, I was a car detailer at an auto shop and a car dealership, and I ended up trying to sell cars for about a day. That didn't go well. Mold making foreman of a shop casting architectural components. Worked at Whole Foods for like 7 years. Various positions, bakery, nutrition. I even did marketing and graphics there. So lots of jobs. So right now it's just kind of little gig things, but after college, or after I get my BA, I'll have to find a big job. All right, see you guys tomorrow.